Hi, this is the first video in my series called Keychains, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a Ninja Turtles keychain to hang on your backpack or lunchbox. For the first video in this series, I've decided to make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles keychain since the movie comes out this weekend. So for that I'll need green clay, and you'll probably need about 1 packet of this, and whatever shade of green you like will be fine. I have some dark green for the shell, and these pieces are for the body. I have a piece of red because I'll be making Raphael for my keychain, white for behind the eyes, and cream for his chest plate. I'll need a keychain clip, something that looks like this, an eye pin, and a jump ring, which looks like this. I'll also need a rolling pin and a Play-Doh knife. So I have this piece of green for the body, 2 bigger pieces for the legs, and 2 for the arms. So I'll work with the body first. And what I'll do, I have it rolled into a ball. I'll kind of try to shape it into an oval. And when I've done that, I'll flatten the top a little bit, flatten it, and then I'll try to shape the shell, just so it has kind of an oval shape. And these are bigger than my little charm ones that I did before, my tiny Ninja Turtles, since these are for a keychain, and you can hang it on your backpack or whatever you want for school. So this is the front, this is flat, and then I kind of have like a shape on the back, like an arched shape on the back. So I'll just keep working with this, and then I'll go to my legs. Now for this I have a thicker part. I want the legs to be a little bit thicker than I made them before. And so I'll just roll down here, roll the top a little more so the top looks thinner, and then the bottom is a little bit thicker. Now I want to attach the feet to the body, and I've made what looks like little toes, even though I don't know if turtles have toes. And so I'll take the top of the leg and I'll just flatten it, press it in a little bit, so that when I attach it to the body, it will have a little indentation at the top. Then I'll just put it on the side, and I'll use this tool to kind of press it so that it sticks to the body. So it looks like this. And then I'll do the same thing with the other side. Now that I've attached both the legs, I'll be working on the arms. So I have a piece of round green clay that I'll roll out into the shape of a log, leaving the top a little bit thinner and the bottom thicker. I'll measure it to see if it's the right length. It's about good. And then what I'll do is I'll wrap the bottom of it around a toothpick to make it look like Raphael is holding something, and it gives it this shape. And next what I'll do, with the toothpick still in there, I will make little lines, about 3 little lines, to make it look like his fingers. So I made 3 little lines on top to make it look like he has fingers. And then this I'll attach to the body. So now I've finished attaching the arms, and what I did is I just placed it on top and just pressed it down with this tool, the same way I did with the leg. So now I'll work on the chest plate. So I have my cream clay rolled out and ready to go, and what I'll do is I'll shape this to look kind of like a shield, like Raphael looks in some of the Ninja Turtles toys. So I'll just cut off the top of it, try to do it in flat lines, just cut off the top of it like this, and then I'll take the bottom and make it kind of into a triangular or pointed shape at the bottom. So I'll just do that. I'll show you what it looks like. So far it looks like this, and then I'll just kind of try to shape it and cut the sides so that it can actually fit on front of him. So I definitely need to cut off some more around the edges, because this is too big. Okay, cut off that side. Whatever I do on one side, I'll do on the other side, just to give it that nice shield-like shape. So far I have this. Cut off the top a little bit more to make it straight. There we go, and then I'll fit it on him and see if this fits, because he definitely needs this on his shell. And so far, so this is what it looks like. Before I actually stick it to him, attach it to him, I want to draw the lines that he has in it. And I'll just use my same knife, and what I'll do is I'll make a line down the middle and then a line across, just to give him the lines that he has on his chest plate. Okay, so I'll just press my knife gently down into there so I get a line looking like this, and then make another line here and another line here. This clay is actually really hard and thick clay. You can get clay in different firmnesses, and this is actually pretty firm, so this is a little easier to work with. So here you go, and now it looks like his chest plate. And all I'll do is I'll press it onto him like this, and then shape the arms around it. Now for the shell, I have this flattened oval shaped dark green piece of clay, and what I'll do is I'll use my knife to make the lines on it. And so what I'll do is I'll mark a hexagon into there to look like the back of the shell. I'll show you what that looks like. Make a little hexagon because he has designs in the back of the shell. You can always do this afterwards with paint, but this time I decided to try it before. Now I'll continue making the design. Do another little hexagon at the bottom. Little hexagon, sorry, I'm covering it with my hands. So now there are 2 hexagons like this, and then from each point there's a line going out. So I'll take this and I'll press like this. See the line here? And I'll do the same thing from each point. I'll make a little line because that's kind of what the shell looks like. From each point, so far it looks like this. And I'll continue doing that all the way around. So this is what I have so far, and now I'll make an oval all around the edge with my same knife. I'll try to draw a little oval all the way around the edge, just drawing right into the clay like this. And that will be the edge of the shell. Go all the way around until you have an ovular shape. I mean an oval shape. Okay, so now it looks like this. And then all you do is little lines all the way around the shell. I mean, it just looks more authentic if you have the little designs on it. So now I drew little lines all around the shell, and now I'm going to attach it to his back. And what I'll do is I'll gently press it on. I don't want to destroy the design, but you can always redo some of the lines if for some reason they get pressed flat. So I'm going to press it down on him. And you can attach this with a pin or a toothpick or something like that. But another option you have, if for some reason any part of him should fall apart after baking, you can always just put a little dab of glue and then put it back on again. But so far, so this is what his shell looks like, and this is what the front of him looks like. Now I have a piece of brown here, and I'll be using this for his belt. So I'll just roll it into a log shape, make sure that it's long enough, and then I'll just flatten it and put it around his waist. The last thing I'll be adding to this will be the round part, his buckle, I guess you'd say, and that has the R on it, his initial. So I'll be adding that, and to make sure that my belt is the right thickness, not too thick and not too thin, and lift up his arms a little bit and wrap it around like a martial arts belt. Okay, there we go. This is the front of it, and then just wrap it around the back. It's a perfect fit. Now for the head, I have a piece of green rolled out and ready to go. I'll just make it a little bit rounder. And then for where the eyes are going to go, I'll take this round piece of wood and I'll actually press down, make a little indentation there, because that's where his mask and his eyes will go. So I'll press down so it looks like this. And that actually does 2 things. It makes an indentation for the eye and makes the front of his mouth stick out a little bit, which is actually what it should really do. And you can squeeze the edges and kind of shape it with your hand until you're happy with the shape of it, like this. Then I'll take my white clay, it's already rolled out, and I'll just flatten it. This will be the part that goes behind his mask. And I'll cut some off because it's a little bit too long. Flatten this with my rolling pin. And then this will actually go in that same little indentation you made, so it's definitely too long. Cut off a little bit more. And then just press it into that indentation. And of course this will all be covered by his mask. So now let's get to work on his mask. Now I have this piece of red polymer clay rolled out into a log, and this will be for his mask. I need to roll it a little bit longer so it will actually fit all the way around his head. And I'll actually take and I'll measure it. I want it to fit, go all the way around and overlap a little bit. A little bit longer, and that should be perfect. Now what I'll do is I'll roll this out, roll it flat, and then I'll cut out the shape for the eyes. Now what I'll be using to make the shape of the eyes is actually this straw, and all I do is I squeeze it so that it's shaped like an oval, and I press it down into the middle of my flattened red clay, and then pull it back up, and then I'll do it right a little bit further apart from it. I'll press it down again and pull it up, and when I lift this up I should have two oval shapes cut out of the middle of the clay, and those will be where the eyes go. And then the next thing I'll do is I'll cut out a little triangle out of the end of both of these. So I'll cut a triangle out of this end so it has this shape, so it actually looks like a bandana. And then I'll cut out from the other end, I'll do the same thing, cut out a tiny triangle so it looks like this. So it looks like the end of his mask. Then I'll wrap this, put it right on top of his head, like this, right on top of the white. The eye parts go right on top of the white. Press it down gently like this, and then go all the way around the head until those two pieces meet. When the two pieces meet up, like this, press one down onto the other one. In this case, this is kind of long, so what I'll do is I'll just cut some off, and then I'll cut out another triangle to make it look like the end of the sash. There we go. And now he has his mask on. You can always press this in a little bit and shape it the way you want. Separate it if you want. So it looks like this. And Raphael is almost ready to go. So now that I've finished making both the head and the body, I'll attach them together using this eye pin. So what I'll do is I'll gently hold the head, and I'll just slide the eye pin right through the top of it. So I slid my eye pin right through the top, and it sticks out the bottom of the head. And now what I'll do is I'll just press this gently, going back and forth. Try not to press your turtle too much because you'll ruin the designs, but press it on gently until it sits perfectly in the head. Now what I'll do is I'll take this toothpick and make sure that the eye pin is sticking out enough. Twist it. Okay. Press it on a little bit. And there we go. We have a turtle that's ready to bake. And when Raphael is finished baking, I'll paint the eyes on, and I'll paint the little R on the front of his belt buckle. So now Raphael is baked and he's cooled, and I put an R on the front of his belt buckle. I colored in his eyes and I drew a mouth on him. The last thing I have to do to turn it into a keychain is to take my jump ring, and I have two pliers, and I'll take my jump ring and I'll open them using the two pliers. To open a jump ring, you just twist it to the side. You don't pull it open. So I'll just take this in between my two pliers and twist it to the side until it opens. And now it's open. So I'll put my keychain in one side of the jump ring, like this. And then I'll put this little eye pin on his head inside the other side of the jump ring. The final thing to do is just close the jump ring, holding onto it with my pliers onto each side. And again, don't squeeze it closed, just twist both sides together. There you go. And there you have one amazing Ninja Turtle keychain to hang on your backpack or anywhere you choose. I hope you like this video, and my next video will actually be a Minecraft keychain character, so stay tuned for that, coming up very soon. Thank you.